This is WPSL Port St. Lucie, the talk of the Treasure Coast.
It's 11:07 at WPSL 1590, the talk of the Treasure Coast. And you're on Never Alone from Harbor Place with the one and only, the future Dr. Jack. Huh?
How are you doing this morning?
We're doing fine. You're getting close.
Yeah, about a year. It's a long process.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
It's very long. I'm almost done with my coursework, and then it'll take about a year to write the dissertation process. So, yeah, it's a long process.
So you just can't turn in a USA Today version of the dissertation.
I wish that would make it a whole lot easier.
Yeah, it sure would. Oh boy. So how you been?
I'm doing good. Traveling the world, you know how that goes. Though right now I'm a little stationary thanks to the storm for the next few days, waiting to see what it's going to do. I'm sitting on go for our Orlando and Ocala buildings in case they have any damage with the storm coming through. So our thoughts and prayers are out to everyone who is in the direct path of this storm, Tampa, and then upwards through the middle of the state. So we're all going to get some wind and rain, but they're going to get some pretty strong stuff.
Yeah, it's and you know, good grief, that shallow bay cannot handle a storm surge. I mean, they were just talking on Channel 5, 10 feet possibility.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Oh man. Oh.
And like you said, I mean, I just fear the amount of storm surge that's gonna, how much damage it's gonna do around that Bay area. I know that our sister property, Life Care Centers of America, they have properties in that area that they're moving, they're evacuating, just because they don't want to take the risk.
Oh boy,
so it's better safe than sorry.
Now, can they move anybody over here, or is he full at your sister facility?
I think he's full, but we've got more properties south, or they have more properties south that I think they were able to put some of them kind of in different directions to make sure that they were safe. So again, thoughts and prayers out to those people, because it's going to be rough for the next few days while they transition to other buildings. And I'm very thankful that Florida has changed our ways since the last storms of how we do our emergency management and how we are prepped and ready for those things. So we're very lucky with the amount of details that we have to put in our plans. It's time consuming when you're doing it every year, but it does make it a lot easier when that time comes.
Yeah, I mean, and the whole concept is preparation. I mean, that's the key. Now, you've got a building that's like the Rock of Gibraltar, and I know that, you know, when they build it, I think before you were born, it was you know, they said that there'd be no need for evacuations in Harbor Place, and
yeah,
we got to be proud there. What about the other facilities? Are they built similarly to what you have?
We are. All of our Florida buildings are built to withstand quite a bit of force. We are in the process of eventually changing out all of our windows to full hurricane impact windows, but as you can imagine, that's an expensive task. We do have large rooms that were renovated due to the new regulations that came out with hurricane impact windows, specific air conditioning, all of those type of things. So those are done, but over the next few years, I foresee us changing out windows as well on the upper floors, just to be on the safe side. I mean, they've lasted 22 years in this spot with some pretty strong storms that have come through over those 22
years.
Oh,
yes, they have. You bet. Yeah.
And that's not to say that what we couldn't have damage tomorrow from just a tropical storm. But those are always the risks that you take with having large buildings of this nature in the areas that we are in. But yes, all of our Florida buildings have been here quite a while. For instance, our Embry building, our independent living there was the old Jackie Gleason Hotel. So it has been there a very long time.
Wow.
Yep.
So you have a historic building up there, Jackie.
We do.
Wow.
We do. Yeah. That's that whole property. So it's the old Jackie Gleason Hotel. And then we have which is now the independent living, which is Garden Plaza at Embry. We have the Bridge in Embry, which is the assisted living portion. And then the skilled nursing, the life care centers of Embry is right around the corner.
Wow. Okay. Well, hopefully they're hunkered down too. It's because it is going to cut inland. There's
Yes.
no way of escaping that. I mean,
they had bounced it all over the coast at this point. But the latest is that it will enter at Tampa, and then it will go kind of make a northerly turn and basically go straight through the center of the state and on upwards.
Well, and I was talking to somebody last night, and they said, "Oh yeah, we're going to head up to Georgia." Hey, folks, that's a very bad move because the last hurricane that we had here, I mean, it really clobbered Georgia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not built for storms like this.
Exactly. No, and you're right. They aren't. They just aren't prepared for that. So
nope.
Yeah.
I mean, by the time it hits the Ocala area on Friday, it's just going to be a tropical storm because it's going to majorly decrease once it hits Tampa. I mean, it's going to increase and decrease fairly quickly, which is surprising. Typically it's the other way around. It will build its way up, and then once it's inland, it will decide to start to fade out. But they have it fading right before it hits Tampa from a 4 down to a 2, which the shallow water usually, it means it's going to run very quickly through that shallow warm water.
Yes.
So, which is good.
No, it's very good, and there's so much difference between a 2 and a 4. So
tremendously.
Yeah.
I mean, when Ivan hit Pensacola, I was living there at the time. And it was only supposed to be a low 2. And when it hit, it was up the high end of a 3, almost a 4. So, there's a huge difference between, there were people who were not prepared for what came through.
Yeah, so. I'm just looking at some of the maps on Channel 5 now, and we're now up to 8% possible hurricane force winds at gusts.
Yeah.
Here.
Yep.
But we can handle the gusts.
Right. And I'm even leaving patio furniture out till tomorrow because most of ours are inside of courtyard areas that won't get those major gusts. But we'll leave them out as long as possible because we don't really want to truck them all in. There's a whole bunch of patio furniture around.
Sure. Oh yeah. Well, and I think the thing too, you look at just the soaking. I remember Francis, when the storm just virtually stopped. I mean, it was and it just rained and rained and rained, and that is what really hurt us here on the Treasure Coast during Francis.
Oh yeah,
and ironically, we had a station cruise that was ready to come in that day into Fort Lauderdale. Well, needless to say, they stayed out. They stayed out another 4 days. They were happy as clams.
No kidding.
They got back.
Yeah, no, and it's lucky that a lot of places here, most places have gotten rid of as many pine trees as possible because that's going to be the root systems don't run as low. So as soon as they are soaking wet and that wind comes through, they're coming down. So we don't have any around us. We have pretty much is all palm trees, which are made to withstand all of these storms from the tropical weather. So we're very lucky when it comes to that. We just have to worry about pieces of them coming off, not whole trees.
Yeah, it was funny. A couple of our players last year when we went up to Tallahassee, of course, there's beautiful palms, or I mean,
Yeah.
beautiful pines up there. Had never seen that before. They were from
Yeah.
South Florida, and it is amazing how all of a sudden the topography changes dramatically
It does when you hit Tallahassee. You're right.
yeah, it's amazing.
Being from the Panhandle, we're mostly pine trees and oak trees and things of that nature. And you're right that I always know when I'm getting closer to home when I make that turn, because the whole view and the scenery changes when you make that turn at Tallahassee.
Yeah, it is truly amazing. I see another visitor.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
We have Dr. Dorvil on today with us.
Hello, doctor.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
Doctor,
So far, we're doing good. We're doing good. And thank you for the invitation.
Of course. Thank you.
yeah, doctor, do you have your camera on?
I'm trying. Yes, that's what I'm
There we
working on.
go.
You're on YouTube. Oh,
Well, we welcome you today.
Thank
And
you.
I know it was kind of a last minute because we were going to have Miriam on, and then I got an email about 45 minutes ago that you were joining. So I'm really excited about that.
Yes.
So tell us who you are, what you do, the services you provide, and then we can kind of go into a little bit more discussion after that.
Okay. So my name is Dr. Dorvil. I'm a general practitioner physician, and I partner with Caring Link Medical and Wellness Center to provide primary care to our population. We want to help everybody get access to primary care. It seems like it's very difficult for people to have like an appointment, especially new patients. Some people are waiting between 6 to 12 months to find a primary care doctors. So we're here, we open our doors to the community to provide primary care service. Caring Link's been out for over 10 years because it was a mobile primary care clinic. But now we have a location. We are on 671 Southeast Port St. Lucie Boulevard, and right at the corner between Forester Boulevard Street and Port St. Lucie Boulevard. Okay. Besides primary care, we also offer the wellness services to the population, as far as women health, men health, IV hydration therapy, and also beauty procedures. We want to help people live longer, feel better, and also embrace aging with beauty, grace, and confidence. Right. That's all we're here for.
I think that's a big one. Nobody wants to face it with dignity and grace, because nobody wants to face the fact that we're getting old.
Nobody wants that. My patient always tell me, doctor, don't get old. But right. Unfortunately, we all heading there.
No, you see, my doctor just looks at me and says, I didn't know dinosaurs are still around.
I have lots of residents that about on a daily basis that will tell me, don't get old.
Don't get old. I always get that from my patients.
Don't get old. Well, I am so excited to have you on today and some of the talk about some of the services that you provide, and a little bit about what you stand for. I love that you open your doors, going from a mobile to a brick and mortar station. That's fantastic. But you still do you offer the mobile still as well?
We still have the mobile, but we're trying to tailor more toward our centers, trying to help people coming to our centers more. Okay. But the mobile is still on.
Gotcha. And do you do the televisits like some of the other places?
Yes. Yep. We will also offer telemedicine.
Okay.
Yes. And also concierge service with the mobile.
Oh, that's awesome. Especially like days like today where the weather is absolutely nasty and people don't want to get out of their homes.
People don't want to get, yes.
Yeah, or
Yes.
when you're dealing with the aging population who physically can't get out of their home, it's not safe for them to be traveling alone or driving and things of that nature. So being able to offer that concierge service
Yes.
Is great to the aging population.
Yes. Definitely.
And I know specifically with us here at Harbor Place, and we like to offer those not just in our assisted living. You know, we're starting to offer, trying to build relationships with some home health agencies that offer concierge programs here in our independent living. You know, where our independent living is a non-medical model. And so we have no medical care, but there are some that are not ready for assisted living. You know, they want to be in independent living.
Independent living, yes.
But they still need a little bit of help.
Yes.
And so working with those home health agencies and concierge programs like yourself, we're able to offer those varieties in the non-medical setting. So we are excited for those partnerships. I'm excited to have you on today.
Our doors are open to you. We can talk and then see how can we assist your clients. And we can do something like integrating service for them.
Yep. So tell us a little bit about some of those services that you do. Because I know everybody know you're moving away from mobile, but kind of tell us about, are you just in your brick and mortar? Is it just a traditional doctor's office? Do you provide more immediate appointments? Kind of how does that work?
Yes, it's kind of hybrid between a traditional doctor's office, hybrid with what we offer. We want to, so when someone come or call to get an appointment, we want to book you within that week. We don't want to delay you in getting care. You will get an appointment within a week.
Okay.
If it's not the next day, but within a week as much as possible. It's like two of us in the office for now. It's myself and Dr. Vassor, and we will try to accommodate to see what the patient needs and to accommodate their needs. But with primary care, we do geriatric, we do like chronic disease, we manage all the chronic diseases, and we see between like 18 or 16 and up. We don't do peds, between 16 and up. With the wellness, we do weight management, whether you want to lose weight or gain weight. People usually, I used to be very thin and I used to complain because all the services about weight, it's weight loss. Not everybody wants to lose weight. Some people also struggle to gain weight. So we do weight management to help people get a healthy weight, like a healthy body mass index. With the wellness also, we do IV hydration therapy. We offer NAD infusion, high dose of vitamin C. We will do that. But that can be also concierge. That can be also you coming to the facility to get that done. And also we do aesthetics procedures as far as facial rejuvenation, skin tightening. We do vaginal rejuvenation. And especially this service really help the female population with stress urinary incontinence. That really help them resolve that issue. And we know over 60 to 70% of female after birth or when you're getting older, they have that problem, stress urinary incontinence. And the system that we use really, it's non-invasive and avoid you from getting surgery, and you can have that corrected. This is a huge service that we really want to offer to the community. Yeah. We do body contouring. As I said, we really want you to feel good, to be healthy, but also to be confident about yourself. And it's all those services that we offer. And it's really a lot. Yes, come to us.
You are
invited to come to our site, and then
shop.
You can see exactly what's all that we can offer to the community.
Right. And like I said, you are a one-stop shop. I mean,
it is.
It really is.
Yes. And we accept the major insurance, PPO,
Okay.
and also cash pay. And we will accommodate our cash pay to get service, to get healthcare. So money should not be an issue. We will do we will tailor a package toward that.
Doctor, you talked about concierge medicine. That seems to be something that is becoming really big now.
It is.
I know it's been around a while,
yes.
but yeah.
It's becoming more affordable.
Yes, you're correct.
You know,
Yes.
when you think concierge doctor service, you think the elites of Hollywood and Nashville and places like that, but it's actually become more affordable, especially during the pandemic. You know, the telemedicine, the concierge medicine, it has become more affordable because doctors are able to file it, whereas before it wasn't. And, you know, so I think it's fantastic that it's becoming more available.
More available and more affordable.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Because, you know, so many times people don't go to the doctor because they think, well, I'm going to walk in, they're going to tell me I'm overweight, my blood pressure is too high, blah, 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 blah. So what's the point in going? And so finding a doctor's office that is like this, that has a concierge program that's tailored directly to you, I think is important, you know?
Definitely. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, because I know my mother, I mean, she's not old by any means. I mean, she's 70, but she hates going to the doctor because she knows he's going to tell her she's overweight. My mother doesn't feel like she's overweight and she doesn't want to hear that she's overweight.
She doesn't want to hear it. Yes. So we're not talking to her about weight loss, losing weight. We're talking about let's manage your weight.
Exactly.
Let's manage your weight to a level that you feel confident, but also to a level that you can get some health benefits from it.
Exactly. Just because she comes in with her hip hurting and because she has bursitis doesn't mean she wants to hear that she needs to lose weight.
And Jack, by the way, she also doesn't want to hear that she's 70 either.
True. Very true. Very, very true. My mother still thinks she's, 20 at heart, which is okay. I love it.
Which is okay. Okay. I always tell my mom that you read her age backwards. Yep. She was like 81. She thinks that she's 18.
Good point. That's what I'm going to start telling her. She's 7. That's all that matters. You're 7 and you've only been married for 5 years as opposed to 50. So there you go. So tell us a little bit. Are you doing any programs in the community? Any type of events with your practice anytime soon?
We will. Yes. I don't have a specific date, but we will also have that.
And
probably once or twice a year, we will do some events to the community. Yes.
Okay. What type of things are you wanting to do?
Kind of like, when they do like some healthcare, like checking their blood pressure, offer them education, nutritional consult, more toward like education and maintenance, health maintenance.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
I know that they are doing some healthcare, just so you're aware, there are some health fairs coming up pretty soon in different areas of the community. So I know that I don't know any particular off the top of my head. I just know I hear my wonderful salesperson, Pat, say, hey, I'm off to this event, or do we want to participate in that event? It's like every day she's got a new one. And
yes, we will glad to know. We're glad to hear about it and then to see what can we offer, or if I can fill a spot. Yep. We will be glad to do that.
Yeah.
Yes.
And, it's so wonderful that the world is getting back to quote normal. We're becoming more and more busy here at Harbor Place with people coming in, people touring, people moving in. It is great to see. Prime example, last night I was at Walmart picking up a medication and all the plastic signs were down. All of the barriers were down. And I was like, whoa, normal. I can see you. I can hear you. So I know that in healthcare, we haven't been able to take ours down yet because of the emergency plans that are in places. But just the fact that outside people are taking them down and realizing, the CDC is saying, we don't have to social distance. Let's get back to normal. We've got, quote, herd immunity in most areas. Let's get back to normal. And I think it's a wonderful atmosphere to be back in.
Yes, definitely.
So I know for us, I know we're about halfway through, and we like to reintroduce everybody and just in case some people joined midway through the show. So I'll go ahead and go a little bit about us here at Harbor Place. If you're your first time listening, I am Jack Waldrop. I am the Area Director of Operations and the Executive Director here at Harbor Place at Port St. Lucie. I just want to tell you a little bit about what's going on with us and what we have going on. I hate it if you did not get to come last week to our awesome autumn bingo. We had close to 100 people here. It was a great event. We love putting on our quarterly bingo. Our next one won't be till November, but go ahead and start stacking up your canned goods, because you'll be able to get extra playing cards for bingo if you bring in a canned good for the food drive. So go ahead and start stacking those up. We are excited about those. We do have a couple different things going on though that I want to share with you. So we have our Yellow Dot program coming up in October. And we want everybody to be a part of. If you don't know what the Yellow Dot program is, it is a program that is designed kind of like the vial of life that goes in your refrigerator, but this one goes in your car. So the Yellow Dot program goes onto your car, and inside your glove compartment is this wonderful thing that gives all of your basic information. So if something were to happen and you were unconscious in the car, it gives your emergency contacts, it gives your information, the hospital that you would prefer to go to if you could, all of those sorts of things are in here. But we're going to be doing that on October 20th. It's about an hour-long program. Seating is limited, so please make sure you call an RSVP. The number to do that, 772-337-4330. Again, that's the Yellow Dot program. That talks about safety precautions and things that are inside your car, so that the paramedics or EMS are able to distinguish the things about you that are important if you were unconscious or if you were not able to tell them. So it's a great program. Just like the vial of life that goes in your freezer, just in case someone has to come into your home. So we are really excited about that program coming up. And then, like I said, I hate it if you missed bingo last week. If you could see my sad face. You can't see it unless you're watching this on YouTube. But it was a great event. I actually missed it this time because I was in Tennessee at a training. So I was very depressed because it is always a good time. And then we also have Dr. Dorvil here with us today, talking about her business that used to be more of a mobile doctor's office and concierge program, but they have recently opened a brick and mortar, and she is very excited about that. So Dr. Dorvil, tell us a little bit about you, what you have to offer, and then we'll talk a little bit more.
Okay. My name is Dr. Dorvil. I'm a general practitioner physician. We offer, we have now a primary care clinic, which is located at 671 Southeast Port St. Lucie Boulevard, right at the corner of Forest Store and Port St. Lucie Boulevard. And we offer primary care service to the population. We accept for primary care, we accept all the major insurance PPO. We also credential with Cigna. And also we do cash pay, and we offer like a package for people who do not carry insurance, but we want to do cash pay, and we will work with you to offer you the service that you really need. We also have, besides primary care, we offer wellness service. We offer weight management. Either you want to gain or lose, we do that. And we really work with you to get you to a healthy weight, as we can say. We also offer beauty services, like we have the Vira V30. With that machine, what you can do is unlimited. Between from full facial rejuvenation, we do skin tightening, we do hair removal, we do women health as far as vaginal rejuvenation that really treat dryness, painful intercourse, stress urinary incontinence, all those can be treated with non-invasive procedure. You don't need to go and then have a full bladder lift surgery. We can do it with our machine. And the beauty of it, there's no downtime after you do that procedure. We offer IV hydration therapy to keep you hydrated and also boost your immune system, help with wellness, help you feel better, and help you live really healthy, mentally healthy life. So what we can offer is really, really unlimited about the wellness program. And as we said, we'll accept new patients. Our doors are open. And if you cannot come, we also do concierge service that we can go to you and bring our services to you. We also have telehealth medicine for people who cannot come to the office or who cannot really do this concierge. We will do telehealth with, we offer telehealth also. So come to visit us, go to our web or come to our site, and then you can have a more insight of services that we provide.
So with your facial services, do you also offer, do you have an on-site esthetician?
Yes, not only on-site esthetician, our staffs, we are all trained to do those procedures. And mainly those procedures will be done by either myself or Dr. Vassor.
Okay.
But our staffs are also trained to do some of them, not
Sure.
all of them that they can do.
Okay. Yeah. I see Greg patting on his cheeks. Yeah.
Come see us, Pat.
This would be hopeless for you. So there's no.
Oh, no, don't say that. You never know, Pat.
Look, I will say this, having been to an esthetician before and having those services and having a facial, and I have had Botox done. I'm not going to lie. It was not for me. I didn't have a second treatment of Botox. I didn't particularly care for the way it made my forehead feel.
Your forehead feel, yes.
Yep. But the actual facial part of it is amazing. It's so relaxing. And though I do squirm a little bit when they get out those extracting tools around your nose, but the process itself, if you just need to go relax and you don't like massages, go have a facial.
Yes.
I'm just saying, and I know that's a little bit different from what you do, obviously, but it is very relaxing. Go have a facial and then go see Dr. Dorvil and have your Botox and everything else.
Your Botox, your fillers.
Yeah.
Your full face rejuvenation. I always tell people, before you get in Botox and fillers, do the non-invasive first.
Yes.
It's amazing. It's amazing the look before and after. Yep. Totally different. And with the machine that we use, you see results right away. You start getting results. And you can see the difference.
Will it make my crow's feet go away? Sure,
definitely. Definitely. We do skin rejuvenation. Yes.
We were laughing the other day when I was in Tennessee. We had a train the trainer. So we now have different subject matter experts within our company. And we were laughing because I was like, I got up that morning and I was like, where did these crow's feet come from? All of a sudden, it's like wrinkle heaven.
Overnight.
I was like, I'm not young anymore.
No, we can help. We can help about it. And we really want to be like more natural look.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't want to go somewhere and you pull my skin.
No, that's so getting stiff and no. No, we don't do Madame Trousseau.
Right. That's fantastic.
See, it's the PhD overnights that you're pulling as well. So.
That is very true. As I work towards my doctorate in business, I feel like things wrinkle more every time I turn a paper. But I think it's not so much getting older, but those of us that stare at a computer all day, I really do think that makes a difference in the aging around the eyes because we squint and we look harder at things. And so we're seeing that people's faces, the muscles have worked differently. And so they're aging differently now. And I'm not an expert, this is just my personal opinion. Let me throw that out there. You know, I think it's just like smokers get wrinkles around their mouth.
Yes.
It's the same thought process. Those, now that we're working more and more on computers, it's showing around our eyes just as the way it is showing around people's mouths. And it's crazy to think, but that's how I
Well, you know,
put it together.
CNBC did a story on the whatever the blue light syndrome is.
Yes, that's a real thing.
From your laptop.
Yes.
Lights. Oh yes.
I don't have them on, but I have blue light glasses.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never heard of that.
Yes, and it does make a difference. But I hate wearing my normal glasses, so when I'm on here, I don't wear them. But if I'm doing something, a project where I'm really having to stay at the screen all day long, I'll wear them. They'll keep me from getting such a headache because of the different things. But yeah, I do.
I have never heard of that, but it makes perfect sense.
It does. And when to look at them, they just look like a regular pair of glasses. But when you look through them, it really does change the coloring. Yeah. Of what you're looking at.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. See, you learn things every day.
You learn something. Yes.
Never alone on how you look through glasses, on your facial rejuvenations, all that kind of stuff. We're a one-stop shop here. We don't discriminate against any topic here. Well, that's not true, but you know what I mean. We do enjoy it. So going back to kind of some of your programs that you have, tell us, because this is interesting to me, because like you said, not a lot of people think about it, but you do weight management, period. It's not just weight loss.
It's not just weight loss.
Because that's your typical thought of weight management is someone goes to them because they want to either maintain where they are or they want to lose, not necessarily gain.
Gain, yes. They can lose or maintain what they have. And also, if you have a low BMI, body mass index, you're at risk also for some cardiac events. You're at risk to have the same problems that people with above normal BMI. Right. So you need to maintain a healthy weight. That's why I said we do weight management. Either you want to shed some pounds or to bring your BMI, like your 16.0 BMI to a normal 17, 18, we do that. That's why we say we do not discriminate. Yes, a lot of people have anorexia, they're underweight. We will be there to help them gain some. I used to be very skinny and I used to complain all the time because I said, they discriminate against us, skinny people who want to gain weight, because every single program out there is for people who want to lose.
Yes. You
don't see a program for people who want to gain. And a lot of people are struggling. People with Crohn's disease, people with other diseases that can make them lose weight, right. With anorexia. There needs to have an healthy BMI too, because when it's below normal, you're at risk also to develop some sort of pathology. Well, and that's why we said we will do weight management, help you gain or help you shed some pounds, help you maintain where you are at a healthy weight. So that's what we want to offer.
It's great to hear that difference. Because like I said, most people, when they think weight management, it's for people who want to lose weight.
To lose weight, yes.
Yeah, and I can remember as a child, I was a beanpole. It didn't matter what I ate. I could not gain weight, even in high school. And then it was all of a sudden in college, I went from being a beanpole to I ate every day in that cafeteria. I made sure I got my food program paid for. I'm going to get my money's worth. And I blew up. And it took me a while to figure out what works for my body, because as a kid, it just seems like everybody expects kids to be running around and they just have a high metabolism. So they're skinny. And I don't think that's always the case. I was very busy, but I ate like there was nobody's business. And sometimes we forget that as adults, we can't do what we used to do. Even
No.
from 1 year to the next, your body changes. And, and you have
Constantly.
to
Yes.
make adjustments.
Yes.
And I think that's quite important to remember. So the fact that you do that, and for people to realize that there is such a thing as being too skinny.
Yes.
You touched on that just then, and talking about BMI, and that you can have an unhealthy BMI.
Yes.
And so that's important as well. And especially in aging population that I deal with, they don't really care about that BMI. Again, like I said, like my mother, she doesn't care about that. She feels like she's a good weight and she's not going to gain or lose or anything of that nature. But just learning that process and teaching them what a BMI is, and try to be a little bit more healthy and things like that. But, I also look at it as when they get in the aging population and get to be in their 80s and 90s, who cares? They've lived a very healthy life. They've made it to 96 years old. If you want to have ice cream at every single meal, eat that ice cream.
Yes.
I tell my staff that, if they want a hot dog and French fries at every meal, give it to them.
Give it to them. At 90 years old, you have lived alone. You have lived enough to get what you want. Yes.
They could say, I'm tired of eating. I don't want to eat anything. At least they're eating. So I think it's great that you do offer both sides of that.
Sure.
And so just so everyone is aware, so you do 16 and above, no peds there, which, we have pediatric doctors for that. So let's have our older people have some specialized stuff. And they can be inside the office, but you do have your concierge program as well. Tell us again where your office is located.
We are on 671 Southeast Port St. Lucie Boulevard, right at the corner between Port St. Lucie Boulevard and Forester.
Okay. Oh, you had all that construction going on there for a while.
Yes.
I drive past it every day. I go up and down Port St. Lucie Boulevard to go home. And let me just tell you,
yes, that was us. Now we open.
You poor thing. Did that affect your business at all with all of that construction going on?
We just opened. We haven't seen really that effect yet. Good.
I know it's beautiful now since they got it completed in that area. So looking forward for more to come from y'all, and more you join in. And like we said earlier, if you think you can't afford a concierge program, rethink that, because it has changed a lot over the past few years. All of the changes, it's not just for the rich and famous anymore. And I think it's very important to point out, the affordability of those programs and of telemedicine, and all of that, because it is important, not just with the aging population, with people who are taking care of loved ones with disabilities, that, sometimes it's not possible to get them out of the house for whatever reason, being they're just having a bad day and they don't want to cooperate and help get out of the building. The fact that these concierge programs and the telemedicine programs are available, and the higher Bs are recognizing the need for these type things, is really important. And I thank you for what you do.
Yeah, doctor, I've got a question on telemedicine. How do you do with telemedicine, like blood pressure and oxygen, stuff like that? How does that happen through a screen?
No, but when we see you with our televisit, if you do need to have that taken, so the patient should be able to take their blood pressure with a portable manual and then show us the result, what are the numbers. But if you live in close to us, if we do need to see you physically, you will be coming to the office, or we may probably go to you.
Yeah. Gotcha. Okay. That makes perfect sense. Or you
Yeah.
can move into Harbor Place and just.
That's right. I was going to say, we will also help you with those programs because we do have some residents, particularly in independent living, that do televisits, and we will work with you. Our activities director works to set those up. And then you would have the ability to do that. And then on the assisted living side, our resident care director or one of our floor nurses work with them to get those type of things done.
Yes, and we also have the EHR, where the patient can go to the patient portal and register for our services. Our main telephone number is 772-353-5716. 772-353-5716. And our email address is caring link, but link with L-I-N-Q, not K. It's caringlinkmedical.com.
So caringlinkmedical.com.
Caringlinkmedical.com.
And make sure you spell that with a Q, not with a K.
Not with the K. And remember, we accept all the PPO plans. We accept Cigna and Medicare and cash pay.
Okay.
Yes. And for the wellness, we will also have a company that can do financing.
So don't be afraid if you've got something going on and money is an issue. Don't be afraid to reach out to CaringLink because they do have those availabilities to make those kind of payment plans and things of that nature. So don't feel like you can't go to the doctor. They're priding themselves upon those programs that they have, and it's fantastic because you go to most doctors, go to an urgent care, they expect $180 up front, and they don't really work with you. So being able to have these programs at CaringLink is very, very important.
We will work with you. We will work with you.
And I think that's fantastic. So go back to kind of one of our programs that we have coming up. We have our Yellow Dot program that will be coming up here in October. It will be on the 20th from 1:30 to 2:30. Seating is limited. Make sure you call and RSVP for that, 772-337-4330. And then we are always open for tours. Come by and see us. We're quickly approaching 100% in our assisted living, which is fantastic. Our renovations on the assisted living side is 100% complete. I am so happy to say that. 3 years of going through renovation and COVID at the same time has been very, very rough. And so we are excited to have that going on. If you don't want to make a scheduled tour, if you're just kind of thinking about the process and you want the look, we do have an open house the last Saturday of every month. And so sometimes that fluctuates. So give us a call. Again, 772-337-4330. Speak with Pat. She is our wonderful sales director. She's been here 13 years and knows this building like the back of her hand. So if you call her and say, hey, I want an east-facing room on the second floor with a view of the pool, then she'll be able to tell you, I have that right now, or I don't have it right now, but I have this that's comparable to that. So make sure you call us, come in for a tour. Our bistro, those of you that have been around Port St. Lucie for a while, our bistro is back again, open to the public, Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, 11 to 1. We are only accepting cards at this time, so come through. We have a fantastic menu for our bistro. We're working on getting that added to our website so that if you want to go look at it there. I know yesterday I had a salad trio plate that was phenomenal, some fruit salad, pasta salad, and a chicken salad. We have a turkey and brie and green apple panini that is delicious. For the more healthier side, we do have quinoa bowls. So we have a lot of things going on here at Harbor Place at Port St. Lucie. It is getting busy, busy, busy. I know it's becoming towards the end of the year. We will have our Thanksgiving tour on the Saturday after Thanksgiving. That is a big company-wide event that we do with all of our 40 buildings over 19 states at the same time. So if you're here, your loved ones are here, and you want them to see at Thanksgiving, make sure you come by and take a tour. We are, like I said, very quickly running out of rooms in our assisted living side. So make sure if that's a service that you're thinking about, a service that you need now, or that a loved one needs, or you feel like you want to have the conversation with your loved ones, please reach out to us. Come by and take a tour. We want to get you set up and get all those services available to you. Don't forget, if you're a veteran, you can apply for those VA benefits. We can get you in touch with Mr. Dwayne. He does a fantastic job. He's been on the show several times with us. He's been doing this for a very long time. We work with you to get all of the paperwork that he needs, and then we transfer you over to Dwayne, and he gets you either 90 times, I think it's like a 99%. He's got a major approval rate with documentation and things. So those VA benefits help you pay for assisted living, some independent, depending on where you are and what they offer. I know for us, we offer 3 services that does include on the independent living side, because we provide 3 meals a day in our independent living, much like the assisted. So just know that those VA benefits are available to help you out. Again, I am Jack Waldrop with Harbor Place at Port St. Lucie. I am the executive director and also an area director of operations for Century Park Associates. We're a nationwide company. We operate in 19 states, over 40 communities in those 19 states. And we are ready to serve you anytime that you need. If you want to know where we're located, please go to our website, centuryparkassociates.com or centurypa.com, and you will find a link to all of our services, where we're located. We do have several buildings in different areas, particularly 4 here in Florida, Embry here in Port St. Lucie, Ocala, and Orlando, with 2 of those, myself and Embry, having independent living as well. And so we are on a CCRC campus, not a buy-in though. You don't have to worry about forking out a whole lot of money. It is just a month-to-month lease on a month-to-month program. So don't forget about us. Reach out to us, 772-337-4330. If we cannot help you, we will be glad to point you in the right direction. So reach out to us, come see us. And Greg, it is always a pleasure to be on the radio with you. Thank you, Dr. Dorvil, for being with us today and talking about your services. And we will have you on again soon.
Thank you. Thank you.
And Jack, make sure that there's room in the bistro to put my bed, okay?
I will.
Have a good week, my friend. Be safe.
You too.
Thank you.
You've been listening to Never Alone from Harbor Place with the soon-to-be Dr. Jack Waldrop on WPSL Port St. Lucie. The Talk of the Treasure Coast, webcaster to the world.